Hello dear audience. Grandmaster Shipov is working as your commentator again today. The situation in the candidates match quickly changed and heated up. Topalov hit Kamsky with the strongest of blows and got a big advantage. Professionals worry much more about their losses as white, and now the situation is made worse by the fact that the match is so short. As far as I understand, the atmosphere in Sofia is very tense. The sides are having problems, everything is leading to another scandal. In any case, I won't be surprised if there will be serious problems around the time Game 5 rolls around. But now there's still time to play to the chess. Kamsky has to put the past behind him and keep on fighting. For now, he needs to hold on as black. It's very likely he'll continue the discussion in the Grunfeld defense, and Topalov will probably come up with a new surprise. The advantage of the Bulgarian Grandmaster in the opening preparation was predicted from the very beginning, and the second game affirmed those predictions. But that doesn't mean that Veselin is invincible. As an aggressive and risk-taking player, he can go too far, not pay attention to the dangers, and end up under a counterattack. I think that Kamsky's fans are counting on that more than anything. We'll see. The only thing that I'm sure about 100% is future surprises. And so the Grunfeld defense. The duel is continuing. Pressure on the square d5, forcing the trade on c4. The variation with the move of the white queen to c4 was cemented in practice on the highest level by Mikhail Botvinnik. White completely occupied the center. Black is preparing a counterattack. The slight change of order, the knight stays on g1. Expansion on the queen's side. A logical argument. It's very problematic for black to protect the pawn c7. If you put the knight on c6, then the move a6 would look useless. Black is sacrificing the problematic pawn. This novelty lies on top. And here we see something unthinkable. Topalov is taking a lot of time to think, and Kamsky is taking a walk on the stage. The tables have turned. Gana is playing in the same style as the opponent. He plays extremely quickly, demonstrating the depth of his knowledge. Black is combining the mobilization of power with pressure on the central white pawns. That's the basis of the Grunfeld defense. Defense is an attack. Black's threats are growing. The first in line is the fork on c2. The white bishop works as the cement of a shaky building. Now Kamsky is working on the board as well. The opponents are in the same positions, holding the heated heads with their hands. Another tempo developmental move. The jump of the white knight to b6 will be met with a counter jump of the black bishop to b5. Topalov is again all alone on the board. He has to solve very hard problems on his own. And Veselin isn't used to doing that in such an early stage of the game. Of course, it's better to make 30 well-known moves and then finish off the tired opponent when he's in Saint Knot. Nowhere to go, has to step toward fate. Now black has the hardest of choices. There are three smart paths, either bishop takes d3, rook a b8, or knight takes e4. And knight e4 it is. Good job, Gana. Practically played. White has to float. Of course, no good here. Instead of bishop takes e4 is knight takes a8, bishop takes d3, and here's the best place to finish the game with an elegant mate. Rook d1, knight c2. But bishop takes e4. The knight on b6 dies. Black is equating the number of pieces. Exactly like that. It's important to not just attack the knight on d4, but also move the king away from the center, opening up the way for the rook h1. I think that white has to come up with definite actions. If he lets black calmly develop, then he will be better off. The wizard of the knight, blocker to d6, couldn't have been pleasant for Veselin. The strongest. The leave of the potentially weak pawn off the stage guarantees equality for white, and from that it's possible to look for chances for a win. White is staying with the best pawn structure, but could he stop the activity of the black pieces? That's a good question. There will be no Saint Knot today. Topalov has an hour and 3 minutes. Kamsky has an hour and 6 minutes remaining. Judging from everything, the knight is going to d4 to attack the pawn f5 and scare with a trade of the enemy's bishop. Alright, white finally got a small advantage. I think that only black is risking to lose here, but not by much. In his career, Kamsky defended a good 100 of openings that were much worse than this one, though he hasn't met so many tenacious opponents. We won't guess. We'll see. The last vacationer found a job and immediately died. That's how it can happen if one doesn't start working from an early age. The first serious job can be fatal. It's important to fixate the black pawn on f5. That will allow the black bishop to stay passive. Another subtle move with the idea to lure the enemy's pawn on the bishop squares. Now the pawns a2 and b3 are chronically weak. Looks like black is alright. In principle, this is beneficial for black. The pawn f3 will become a burden for white. Topalov caught on to the opponent's uncertainty and started making moves with incredible speed. There's the thought that the weakness of the pawn g3 will play its part. It's a not move out of main ideas. Another waiting move. Looks like a draw offer. And a draw. Well, everything ended well for both sides. Kamsky again successfully played the Grunfeld defense. Looks like in that opening the work of his team is of very good quality. During the game there wasn't a single moment when the evaluation of the sides went from equality to a noticeable difference. Topalov leads in the match 2-1. Again, dear audience, Grandmaster Shipov was with you today. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon.